How strong is a man's faith? Never before was this question so pertinent than in an island ravaged by sectarian war and fear, as England was in the 1600s. When faced with the seemingly irrational, does one embrace their faith or run from it? This is the quandary that finds itself in the hearts of God's soldiers. Hutton, Cornwall, summer 1651. During a stormy night, a Roundhead dispatcher, Jack Hobbs, 35, enters an empty tavern on a country road. He is in uniform and has a pistol in his belt. He takes off his helmet and bangs it on the wooden counter. "Hello there!" After a few seconds, the landlord appears. His name is Nicholas Dale, 40. He is wearing an apron. He looks under some distress.
"Sorry, I was busy upstairs."
"Can I trouble you for some hot tea?"
"Will I have some on the
A loud groan is heard from upstairs.
"Oh, excuse me."
Dale hurries back upstairs as Hobbs looks on curiously. The door opens behind him, and a man in a wide-brimmed hat and long coat enters. The handle of a sword is visible in his belt. He is Niall Grogan, 38. His eyes immediately lock on to Hobbs, and there is a tense silence.
"Would that be a cavalier's sword, sir?"
"What concern would it be of yours?" Hobbs puts on his helmet proudly.
"My concern is the concern of Lord Cromwell, and of every other good God-fearing man of these isles, to rid England of traitors to the Commonwealth like you."
"I have never betrayed anything in my life that I believed in, Puritan. And I give you fair heed not to test my will."
"Your will? Let me tell you of my will, sir. It's my will that papal tyranny will not be allowed to threaten our glorious republic."
"Tyranny? Ha! Cromwell and Fairfax are the biggest tyrants of all, and they're an insult to the Holy Church."
"May I remind you of Charles' surrender, sir?"
"And may I remind you of the Act of Alliance? Once the French and Italians arrive to fight beside us, Cromwell's head will be mounted on a pike outside his ungodly Parliament. And if you try and draw that pistol, then your head will be mounted on that bar."
"It's my duty to inform you, sir, that I am late of Naseby and Marsden Moor. You're not dealing with a apprentice here."
"And it's my duty to inform you that you're not dealing with some Dublin dandy. I'm from the Black North. Oh, I've slaughtered Protestants in 3 kingdoms, and I wager you'll feel my blade slice through your neck before you can so much as cock that hammer." The standoff continues as Dale re-enters.
"Gentlemen, stay your weapons, I beseech ye." "I advise you to stay out of this, sir, lest you be branded a traitor like this dog in front of me."
"You wish to test my grace with a sword, Puritan?"
"I do, just as you wish to test my aim, papist."
There is a silence as a fight seems inevitable. Dale intervenes.
"You both consider yourself men of strong faith?"
"Strong enough to fight and die for."
"Now stay out. Then your fight isn't with each other. It's in the cellar, over there."
Dale points to the cellar doors in the corner, and both men look at him in confusion. "You'd better start making sense, man, or I'll let the wind out of your gullet before I do the same to this round-head Amadan."
"Please let me explain. I'm just a humble innkeeper. I have a wife, Nellie, and a daughter, Abigail. She's 13. About 3 weeks ago, she started acting queer, wandering off into the woods by herself, drawing strange symbols in the dirt, killing small animals, voles and frogs and such. My wife tried to slap her when she refused to do her chores. She threw my wife down the stairs.
She did what?
As if she had the strength of 10, as God is my witness. Crushed her hip and her knee. That's why she's in bed. And about 3 days ago, Abigail started to perform some sort of ritual in the cellar.
A ritual? What sort of ritual?
I don't know, but I heard chanting and other strange noises, and I'm pretty sure that what I heard is unholy. I was going to call the town marshal, but he'll send her to the stake. I'm sure of it.
You think your daughter's bewitched?
I did before, but now I think she's become a demon.
The men look at each other in horror for a moment. If this is your manner of jesting, man...
Put your ear to that door and listen. You tell me if that sounds like a little girl down there.
Both men crouch and listen at the cellar doors. A noise is heard that sounds like an animal mewling in agony.
Whatever is making that noise isn't human. Sounds like
a beast. Grogan and Hobbs look at each other gravely.
How did you two men find yourself at this tavern tonight?
I was riding back to our base camp at Land's End when my horse threw a shoe and had to walk her into town. I was going to find a blacksmith in the morning. The name's Hobbs. Jack Hobbs. From Ripon. Name's Niall Grogan. Ballymena. There were 6 of us in Hayden and Somerset when their roundheads ambushed us. I was trying to make my way to the coast and jump on a boat back to Ireland or to France to join up with our forces there.
Yet you both wound up here. It's Providence, it must be.
They look down at the cellar again. There's nothing down there but a young girl. There is another mewl and growl. That doesn't sound like a young girl to me.
There is nothing down there that isn't of God's green earth. You prepared to find out for yourself?
Hobbs is hesitant. No, he only has a courage when he's got 100 pikemen at his arse. I'll show you courage, you bloody papist. Open those doors, then. Open them up and you'll see there's nothing down there but a slip of a girl with a gut ache. Dale unbolts the cellar door, and they all look down into the pitch-dark silence. Suddenly, 2 green eyes pierce through the darkness. Both Grogan and Hobbs recoil in shock before instinctively slamming the door shut again. Mother of mercy. What in God's name was that?
I told you. A demon.
Bilge. It was an animal of some kind. If it's an animal, it's like no other I've seen on these shores. What's the man's right? There ain't no such thing as demons. Is there such a thing as good?
What? Of course there is.
What is good?
What kind of question is that? God is good.
If God is good and good exists, then so must evil. Just as there is north, then there's south. Just as there is light, then there's darkness. So if you truly believe in God,
are you questioning my faith, sir? Maybe God himself is questioning your faith. Both of you.
There is a silence as they consider this.
This can't be the Lord's will. It can't be.
See it as a demon of some sort. What does it want with your daughter?
Oh, you have no idea. She's just a simple girl.
Simple girl has dabbled in the dark arts. So you do believe then, Hobbs?
I believe in God's purpose. If the good Lord intended us to be here tonight to face whatever's down there, then so be it.
Then it falls to us. Hobbs nods solemnly before turning to Dale. Hand me that lantern over there. Hobbs takes the lantern and draws his pistol. He cocks the hammer. Grogan draws his sword. Dale opens the door once more, revealing the darkened void. Close them behind us, and don't open them up again until we say.
If you can, please bring her back.
They nod solemnly before slowly starting to descend into the cellar. They move down the creaking stairs, the lantern providing the only scant light. Abigail? There are more animalistic and mewling noises which tail off as Grogan pans the light across the room. There is no sign of the little girl. Instead, the two men find a hole in the cellar floor and a pile of dirt next to it. Grogan finds what appears to be the remains of a little girl's dress. He shows it to Hobbs before they look ominously at the hole. As they go to look over the edge, the animal noises are heard again, rushing towards them through the darkness. It knocks both men on their backs and knocks the lantern away. Grogan lashes out with his sword, and the animal noises are heard again, indicating pain. Hobbs recovers the lantern, and a demonic face is briefly seen above the hole.
By Christ, he was right! Be damned!
Hobbs shoots at it, and it disappears down the hole. Both men recover, and with some trepidation, go to the hole again. The meager light reveals nothing but a dark expanse below.
Where is it? Where's the girl?
I think I took her.
Where?
Home. Hobbs looks at him gravely.
I believe it's our duty to go and get her back, and to face whatever tries to stop us. Even if that's the devil himself. What say you, Grogan?
I say, the Lord is my strength and my shield,
and my heart is trusted in him, and I'm helped.
Grogan manages a slight smile. You know the Psalms?
Better than I know my own kin.
Hobbs reloads his pistol, and Grogan gets ready with his sword. Hobbs jumps down the hole, and Grogan quickly follows. There is a silence for a moment, before we see the flashing, fiery images and hear the screaming and animal-like noises. The mind is in its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell and a hell of heaven.